Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notification icon and join button if you'd like to become a Nathan Oakley 1980 channel member and keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a coffee, Patreon, crypto and thanks button in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching. Then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the nature of Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected. And if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show on Facebook and X. Now we are joined by Arthur, Neil, Jin, Wandek, and a whole bunch of people in the Flat Earth Debate Discord server. So welcome one and all.
Let's get it on.
Hello. Let's roll. Hello.
I've been effing and blinding and cursing my former editors in the pre-show, calling them bitches and such like, much to my irritation because I'm having to work my little socks off, flogging far more microphones than I ever intended just to keep the lights on, rather than flogging a book that I thought I'd be well into publishing and publicising through Christmas. And I'm not. So that's left me in a high degree of frustration and irritation with the people who are setting out to help me. Now, I've unsubscribed from these particular videographers, one of them whose channel I built, and one of them whose communication lines were also built by me and pulled from underneath them as soon as they betrayed me. But that doesn't change the fact that the people around me still tell me what's going on in the worlds of these two former editors and how they want to explain to the world what they've done. Now, for me, like I say, having unsubscribed, I don't care. I've moved on. I've given ultimatums and timelines that I wanted adhered to. They weren't. Therefore, life goes on. I get on with my life. And it's unfortunate that I still have to have a cross-pollination. Admittedly, it was me that put that pollination in place with these individuals. So when my group tell me about these individuals, it saddens me, especially when I'm quite literally, as I speak, doing this, editing other videos so I can make eBay adverts look that little bit more posh and polished when I'm trying to flog all of this stuff behind me to keep the lights on for Flat Earth Debate. Now, in that regard, I'm still extremely grateful to all of the people who've smashed the PayPal link and given me the ability to literally give every penny that I get via PayPal to my wife to help her, financially, transcribe the book from the recordings. Now, it's also coming down the grapevine a few things that people say about their books, like Brian's Logic's got a book coming out. Apparently that cat's out of the bag now. But he's very specifically told me his book was about housekeeping. He has copywritten. Now, after being asked by one of my compadres on the panel, the very loyal Neil Constantino, about whether or not his book was about housekeeping, Brian's now saying it isn't. Now, it can't be both. Obviously, me having a recording of Brian specifically saying, it's about housekeeping, end quote. You'd wonder why I'd say it isn't. We'll have to square this circle some other time, maybe legally, Brian. You little bitch. Meanwhile, I'm overworked, which is very frustrating, but I still have to thank all the people who've given me the ability to pass one of my means of income onto my wife so that she's keeping away from her employer and transcribing from all of the recordings that were made whilst in the process of producing the fifth draft, stolen by two very snarky thieves. Are going to tell the world why they justify their actions of thievery and betrayal. So there we go. That's that squared away, as it's come to my attention that that's going to be some event with however many people watching to find out why some thieving sod's going to justify his actions. Be there or be square, I guess. Meanwhile, Flat Earth Debate continues, as does the transcription of it will be called, the sixth draft of my book, only for me to add to it with more renditions of individuals that I've encountered over my 10 or 11 years of doing flat earthing. And those anecdotal pieces were originally being excluded from the book to stop people from begging for credit. Well, when your two editors demand credit and demand their names on the front of your book, the cat gets out of the bag and you say, well, it can't hurt to put a load of actual anecdotal stories that are intriguing to the reader And as my wife pointed out, if it hasn't got anything juicy in it, people will put it down after reading the first page. And you don't want that. You want people to be wanting to turn the next page and hear about the, I don't know, transsexual alleged relationship between Antonio Subratz and Patricia Steer, or Bob Nodell having a wire pack crammed up his ass and pretending like he's on a soap opera that, oh no, the cat's out of the bag, my faulty gyro had drift. All of these anecdotal stories that I can rattle off will be part of my book. Now that means name dropping. That might be that we have to change some of the names to protect the innocent, or guilty if we're going to change it to quantum scumbag or whatever I decide to call some of these individuals when I write about them in the 7th draft. But, as I say, I wanted to address it for the audience's benefit, at least at the beginning of this show, so that it's out of the way and I can crack on doing my microphone sales instead of my book sales, which is annoying, in case you're wondering why I'm calling these thieving scumbags bitches and swearing and effing and blinding about them. It's because, as somebody asked me, you sound bitter. I am. As you'd expect. But life still goes on. And as this was supposed to be just a shout out to the people supporting me on PayPal, thank you to all of you supporting me on Patreon. My wife also thanks you. And she's kept very much motivated. She's still doing it every other day or every day. So, yeah, really appreciate all the support, all the people who've smashed up the PayPal link. Hopefully it'll continue and I can keep her motivated. There hasn't been a couple for a few days, but I actually bunged a 20 quid out of my own pocket. I'm like, you know, I am selling these microphones. I had my accountant demand £300 or £400 for services and for tax bills. And I was like, okay, by coincidence, I have actually had literally £300 come in from high-end microphones that I'd sold that day. God's definitely smiling on me because I could pay my accountant. But I also bunged my wife 20 quid because there wasn't any PayPals that had come through for a few days because I want to keep her motivated to write my book. That is to say, take all of the information that's already been gone through at great length in all of the recordings that I've got in my 27 or 30 terabytes of hard drive space that I use whenever I'm in front of this computer. I think that's everything. Was that everything covered from the pre-show in terms of you telling me that there's going to be live shows justifying thievery? Have I missed anything?
No, that's not it. They're gonna. Well, the thing is, they're gonna try to portray that you weren't even there at all. And you had no idea what was in the book, what was going in the book. So how can it be your book? These are the things that they're going to try to portray.
What they're saying is, we decided to usurp the author. That's going to go down well. What, while you were in my hangout under my tutelage and supervision, whilst being recorded by me, I wasn't even there? I mean, yeah, I've got a family to run, and at the time I was mitigating for flogging microphones, but I recorded it all. That's why I've got my setup to record it all. Did they not realise? Oh, I see. What you decided is you were going to usurp me and that you were writing your own books in my hangout under my supervision during my recordings in a hangout that's paid for by me. I see. So you're bigger traitors than I first thought then. You decided whilst in my space that you were going to betray me. Yeah, like the scheming bastards that design cars for Jaguar that decide we're going to thieve all these because we're doing all the work in Jaguar's workshop. Yeah, they're thieves, scumbags, and traitors, aren't they?
Well, they're contending with that. It can't be. How is it your workspace? You don't pay for that. You aren't even there. And it's different. You can't compare Jaguar to what you're doing there. Whoever ascribes, whoever is writing, they're the writers. Not because you're sitting in some room in Discord.
Oh, well, I'm sure they'll publish a very interesting book of links, won't they? I mean, according to QE, when he was still just about barely communicating with me via third parties, he said he wrote 90% of it. That's to say he took 90% of the credit and gave Adam, 5% split with me? I wonder how long that relationship will last. Or maybe Brian, the subservient little bitch, being told to shut the fuck up repeatedly on Bullbuster shows. I mean, masochists will be masochists if they like being abused. They like being abused, I guess. It's not my business anymore. But I'm sure this will go really well with what QE being the scribe when Adam sat at his computer, having lost the data, but it's 90% QE's work. Oh, this all sounds like it's very much slanted in the favour of some narcissist that's decided it's all his. Mine. Like Celestial Navigation after 10th Man went out and spent 10 grand on books for it to be all QE's. Yeah. We've seen it all before.
Well, that's the thing. You were bragging about the book, and now all of a sudden it's no good. This is the angles they're going to come at you with.
What book? The one that they've kept? The one that they're saying isn't mine? That they're saying isn't good enough for me? Why would it be necessary to justify how good it is with me if it wasn't mine? Oh, it's because they've been under the misapprehension that they're going to get away with stealing something from me and ascribing credit to something that's mine. Yeah, that's never going to happen. Meanwhile, they're no longer part of this group. I mean, Brian's hanging around like a stale fart after pretending to be gone and slamming the door in some ceremonious way like some ex-wife that's walking out, but still hanging around the neighbours asking how things are going with the kids. Be the whole bitch, Brian. Yeah, don't be part of the bitch.
Well, we're only hearing your side of the story according to them. So I guess we'll see Tuesday. I try to explain to them that there's not two sides. There's only one story and it's all recorded. But, what can I do? I tried.
I mean, if you want to justify the story of how they've offered to help me edit my book and then decided halfway through that I'm not writing it, they are, there's nothing else to tell. They're going to say that's reasonable because we were writing it. That's what they're going to say. Okay. Well, does that change how the outcome went? Did it change that you had my foot up your ass? Does it change that you've been excluded from the group that I built? No, it doesn't change any of those things. But you're going to feel like, oh, we were perfectly justified keeping Nathan's fifth draft. Because it's actually ours. And how does he feel that he's written it when we're in his space on his time while he deals with his kids? Because he's not in front of us while I'm helping him write his book that isn't his. This is riddled with contradictions already, isn't it? Now, I already know this. And you already know this. But they've got to somehow spin this into being tangible and palatable to an audience. Well, good for them. I hope you succeed in convincing people that you helping me with my book when I've published massive sections of you helping me to my members so that there's a record of how much help you gave. Dumbos. People know the score. Why do you think they haven't sided with you? Why do you think no one's giving me any flack? Why has there been no pushback for me? Because it's my bleeding book, and everybody knew that, and they'd already had sections of your, quote, help published to them as members. Idiots. But feel free to justify it to a limited audience now you've been kicked out of the wider group in this regard. I'm sure it'll go down like a lead balloon.
The mistake is they think there's two books, Brian. The same thing with after chapter 4, they threw out, they couldn't work with it, so they started writing fresh from there.
So what you're saying is they reached a point where they decided that they were going to usurp me. Yeah, this just sounds even worse. We decided at chapter 4 that it's not going to be Nathan's book anymore. Oh, really? So you worked under my tutelage and supervision from chapter 4 on your own book in my space? That doesn't sound any better to me, does it you?
Well, it's not that they were going to talk to you about it, and that was the point of the phone call. It was supposed to be a 3-way call, because that's my beef. Why you wait until chapter 14 to just decide you want to be a co-author? He said no, they were having problems for a month, and they were going to talk to you about it, but you and QE's conversation got out of hand.
A whole month, eh? 2 years in the writing so far when they decided to betray me. A whole month, eh? Oh, wow. That's fascinating. Yeah, I couldn't give a crap. Like I say, what's gone on has already gone on, and now it's just for the justification to a limited audience by them. But you don't hear the crowds pouring scorn on me, do you? And they won't ever. Yeah? But you're going to need to try and do damage control if you're the thieving scumbag sod that decides to usurp the author and steal the fifth draft because it's actually yours from chapter 4 whilst writing it in my hangout that I pay for. No, you can say it's not like Jaguar, but it is. I pay the rent on the hangout that you were doing the work in, that I was recording. So you can try and justify that and spin it, but me, there's no need for me to spin. This isn't spin, right? I don't have to spin being stolen from. Those are just the facts. What's that? You've still got my fifth draft, but it's yours, really. Yeah, that requires quite a considerable amount of spin for people to not see you as a thieving scumbag. So spin on. See how you get on. I'll hear about it on the grapevine. I mean, no, I won't be watching. I'm not subscribed. I unsubscribed from QE. Somebody highlighted to me that I've still got links to his videos underneath my live stream. Yeah, I'll get on to that. But for the fact that I've got to keep the lights on by flogging microphones because I was stolen from by two treacherous, treasonous scumbags, I haven't got very much time to remove the thieving scumbags links from my live stream. So unfortunately, there's still connections to this thieving scumbag below this video. Now, that's something I can address. Thanks for pointing it out, by the way, my audience, who aren't pouring scorn on me, are they? No, they're helping me. Financially, I've never had more help. Admittedly, I don't get to see the benefit of it. I'm giving it all to my wife. But that's how it is. Yeah? People pity me. Why? Well, because I've been stolen from. Oh, right, it was yours in my hangout that you were working on to tell me that you were helping me make my book better, like every member of my audience has heard you say. Yeah, you can spin that. Or try to. It just won't be very successful. It won't alter that I've already unsubscribed from the Quantum Eraser channel. And from this point forth, you probably won't ever hear about it again. The one guy's name, people can't even remember already. I said it would be Christmas when people would forget his name. Now, that's already happened. So the other guy, Quantum Deceiver, whatever he's called, yeah, they'll soon forget you too. Yeah, we've already usurped your arguments and made them redundant. The Black Swan was good for a time, but now we just need the distance to the oil rigs to prove Earth's flat, don't we? The rest of that argument, what was it again? 1.222, I can't even remember. The Black Swan, old news, like yesterday's chip wrapper, it's in the bin. So there you go. Like I say, hopefully this won't come up again.
No, I don't think the one last thing is I don't think they thought it was going to get out of hand like this. It got out of hand in a real hurry. And they're going to try to put that on you because the way you spoke to them.
Well, I spoke to them.
Don't speak to friends
it's a good job
like
I record all the calls, isn't it? So when QE's telling me, yeah, I'm going to be talking to Chuck about the percentages, only to later tell his audience that we're not interested in the money. You lying shit. Yeah, you are.
No, they were going to sign waivers.
Oh, really? Is that why I've got QE saying very specifically, I'm going to talk to Chuck about these percentages? No, those percentages aren't right on the phone call. Is that me imagining it? Am I imagining that? Or is that just a lying scumbag? Not about the money, really? That wasn't what you were telling me now, was it, QE? It was all about the money when you were talking to me. When you said, I wrote the fucking book, end quote. Yeah? Yeah, it was all about the percentages then. But now it isn't. Oh, you were going to sign waivers? What, past future tense? No, you weren't. You told me what percentages you wanted to demand from Chuck. Someone I've already got contractual obligations to. Someone I've already negotiated what will happen with my book. That's your book? Why would you be talking to me about my publicist and the percentages you'd be taking from him? Of my book. If it's your book. This all sounds very contradictory. That's what happens when you lie. Yeah? Lie about the percentage QE wanted. Lying shitbag. We'd sign waivers past future tense. No, don't lie. Yeah, and you'll be all right if you don't lie about the percentages, the money-grabbing, thieving cunt. That's Quantum Eraser. Thieving, money-grabbing bastard. Is now lying about saying you would sign waivers future tense. Don't lie, yeah? You just look like a bigger lying scumbag. John Stunya, you thieving fuck.
Well, the other thing too is, I mean, you could say that maybe you were getting angry, which is justifiable. So I said, well, friends don't treat friends the way they treated Nathan when he asked for it, so he continue working on it. And they tell him no. You expect them to just say, okay, whenever you guys are ready. Of course, you're going to be furious. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, the minute they started doing that, I cut them off immediately. I mean, what they thought was I'd be malleable and fickle. Oh, really? No, you'd be surprised how quickly I chop people's heads off. It's just a surprise when it's somebody close to you. You don't expect the knife to go through your throat so quickly. But there you go, I turned around and immediately slit it, didn't I? And you can't believe your fucking luck. Suddenly your neck's been slit. Yeah, that's what happens when people betray me. Slit their throats. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Yeah, that's what treasonous, traitorous, scumbag thieves deserve. But I'm sure they'll spin it in a great way. It's really their book that they were writing in my Hangout for me when they were helping me make it a better book. Okay, from chapter 4, they were just working on their own book. They just didn't happen to tell me. Oh, yeah, that'll sound great. From chapter 4, we decided it was our book that we'd be writing with Nathan around. Oh, would you? That sounds, again, not just contradictory, it's kind of scummy. So you were working on your own thing in my Hangouts, were you? Why was I there then? Why did I need to be? Why was I recording it all? Why weren't you recording it? Where are your drafts? Oh, you haven't got any? Oh, it was only the second draft. The first one being Chuck's book. I see. This all sounds very contradictory, nonsensical, garbage waffle from deceiving, thieving scumbags who wanted to demand percentages only to later lie about not wanting any money. All right. Yeah, there's not much honour amongst thieves, is there? They'll lie about the money they didn't want when they demanded specific percentages of the publicist. Really? I don't think this chap's even got QE on his radar. I don't think he's ever had any communication with him beyond the Hangouts that he spoke to me via. Right? But you were going to demand percentages from him, were you? QE? But he didn't want money. Those things are very incongruent with one another. They don't work together. They're a contradiction. Also a lie. QE's very money orientated. Yeah? Like when he demanded half the Ballbusters chats. And I just went, have the show. You can run it and do the work if you want the super chats that you're demanding from me. Yeah, because QE demanded half my income from Ballbusters when I was running it on this channel. Yeah, maybe he'll lie about that and say he didn't want the money. Then he told me it was 50-50, Ballbusters on his channel, and never gave me a penny. Right, 50-50? Where's all that money? Good job I got all that recorded too, eh, John? 50-50, you say? Ka-ching, I reckon I could work out how much money I've lost out on. There's, where there's a blame, there's a claim.
They expected you to, come to them, and because they were, doing all the work, and you were going to put them in the book as co-authors. So I think it was like a shock to them that you didn't put them on as co-authors. It's a shock to me that they would even ask something like that.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I was quite shocked when QE started demanding half my super chats for a show that I was producing. That's why I gave Ballbusters to him. What, you want the money from it, then you put in the work. Oh, no, 50-50. Really? Well, that's interesting. Interesting turn of phrase you use there. 50-50. That sounds like a financial recompense that I'll be getting that I never did. Interesting stuff. Anyway, it's all for the court to decide now, isn't it? Shout out to Mickey Moose or Mickey Mess Studios. Says, Nathan, tell us the amount you need for your book out. Don't worry too much. The name Nathan Oakley takes it all. We don't know those other clowns, so just tell us where we will help you. You are. Everybody is already helping me, and I've just done a massive shout out at the beginning of the live stream. Thank you very much for the super chat, by the way, Mickey Mess. I mean, yeah, people are already helping me in a big way, and I'm very grateful to them for doing that. Like I say, I survive on a knife edge, but I'm not going to put myself in a financial plus at a time when I'm going to show willing and flog microphones to make ends meet. If I can divert the extra cash to my wife to get her to do work that I'm physically incapable of. Like, literally, I haven't got enough hands to run a show and I've got my iPad on my knee doing my eBaying whilst this live show is going on, because there literally aren't enough hours in the day. So I need an extra set of hands. Well, I've got that because of the financial support I've got from people via PayPal. So long may that continue. And I've said to my wife, so long as you're still working on it, I'll still give you all of the money that I get via PayPal. Because that's what she asked for, specifically. She's like, well, just give us your PayPals. I'm like, yeah, okay, no worries. So, I'm kind of grateful that you've given me a super chat, Mickey Mouse, because I get to keep it. No, I'm only joking. My wife deserves every penny. She's working very hard.
How much of this book did you write yourself, Nathan?
How much of it did I write myself? None of it.
None of it?
No, zero. Yeah, I mean, I get praise from my wife when she's transcribing it that my bits are a lot easier to transcribe than the drunk ramblings of Adam or the constant links and profanity from QE. But I mean, I didn't write anything. Occasionally we had Brian piping up in between me being extremely concise describing things and an occasional long pause while QE says, no, we need a citation for that there, or 5. Brian's there, knowing exactly who's writing it, but apparently questions who's written my own book. Yeah, scummy. People like to gaslight you, though. That's just the way your life is sometimes. Like gaslighting to believing that you're not writing your own book. I am.
Well,
to answer your question in sincerity,
put down?
All of it.
So what's your wife doing?
Transcribing videos that I've recorded whilst producing the book. She's transcribing them back onto a Word document. I'm answering you. She's transcribing them from a video format onto a Word format.
Okay, so you haven't actually written anything?
You mean as in hold a pen in my hand and write down stuff with a pen and piece of paper? Yeah, I have, yeah.
Or typed it?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
So what does, like...
So you just
isn't it Adam that has...
You just said in the negative, you haven't typed anything. I answered, yes, I have. And he went, and then started talking something else. Are you what's the word? A wanker? Yes, I have. I acknowledge that. You were wrong.
Wrong? I asked a question.
Yeah, you inferred something, though, with your question. Like, I haven't written anything. Like, I haven't typed anything. Like, saying it with an upward inflection is an inference.
Right.
Yes, right. So, I'll ask you again. Are you one of those wankers?
I am... Yes.
You are? Yes, I thought so.
Brilliant.
So what can I do for you,
your
wanker?
Wife's transcribing
what can I do for you
stuff.
then, wanker?
What's Adam and QE?
Who are you? What's your name? First and last name, please. Christian and surname, please.
Barnaby Smudge.
Your name is Barnaby Smudge?
Yeah.
What kind of surname Smudge? Is that your mother's name also?
Yeah.
Your father's name was Smudge?
Yes.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
Who's speaking right now?
Somebody with a fake name.
So what's been held ransom from you? What have you gone to the police over?
So who are you? What does this have to do with you? Are you a policeman?
I want to know.
Who the fuck asked you anything, you belligerent prick?
Well, you just asked me something right now.
What, I asked you who asked you something?
Can we get rid of this asshole?
So what's going on with the book?
People are calling you an asshole. I called you a wanker, now you're being called an asshole. Your behaviour is that of a wanker. That's what you are, a wanker. So why don't you get lost, wanker?
Well,
why are you here, wanker? Is this you?
What's going on
is
with
this
the
you
book?
entertaining yourself like masturbation? Yes. now you're giggling like a little girl.
Yes.
Yes. So why don't you sod off and play with yourself somewhere else, you pathetic, belligerent little girl?
Come on, Nathan. Take your finger off the mute button. Come on. What's going on with the book? What's been held ransom?
Seriously, can we get rid of this guy?
Yes, we can.
This
He's muted now. He's a cretin.
Mental institution rape.
No. He's a paid guy. Get rid of him.
Yeah, you want to talk to me? You will have some respect, first of all. What you won't do is chuckle at me like a little girl. Yeah, then you will get removed. And while I'm answering you, saying, get your hands off the mute button, yeah, I'll get you perma removed. From today's show, you're welcome back tomorrow, wanker.
That's got to be the stupidest question out there. How much of the book have you written? And it's sad because Brian asked me the same question.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, but Nathan, nobody should even have to say that. I mean, just asking the question is stupidity.
Well, we're going to deal with belligerent pricks that like having a little jab at my expense. Yeah, when you're at your weakest, that's when people think that they can have the most fun with you. That would be, what's the sadists. Yeah, the opposite of Brian. Someone who likes inflicting pain. Right? My pain's that man's pleasure. You could hear it. Like he was being tickled sexually at the sound of my pain. Yeah? Yeah, sod off.
A total psychopath. That was a total psychopath. My goodness.
The sadist. That's what that is.
Guy was
sadist.
a low testosterone troll.
Oh, he's in pain. Oh, he's struggling. Oh, the glee. Yeah, fuck off. This wasn't the show I'd intended for today, I'll be honest. It's been eventful. I started off the show, right, and I hadn't got all the links together. I was just spilling one job into the other, and I'm like, I've got to set up for the live show, and I'm videoing microphones and stuff. I'm like, well, all of the equipment for doing that, that's to say the equipment for recording microphones, is the same as the equipment I broadcast with, so there's no real excuse where I can't do both at the same time. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll load up all the Hangout stuff and just start. So I did my intro. And then as soon as I'd done my intro, I'm like, I haven't set everything up. I haven't set Discord up. I haven't set G+ up. I haven't sent out an invitation. I've done nothing. So I'm like talking to camera where I'd normally say, all slick. Now I'll hand across to the G+ and Discord panel so you can enjoy them while I set up for the live show. What I actually mean when I say set up for the live show is go and make a cup of coffee, get myself a drink, make myself comfortable, make all my stuff that's on my periphery a nice distance away, my light switches to hand, things like that, right? Not actually set up the show, like physically set it up on the computer. But I had to today because I was so disorganised. Like I say, I've run out of time. When someone like Mickey Moose says, what can we do to help? Now, the mercenary part of me says, give me more money, right? That always helps. But it's just not true. Money isn't the problem. People have been supportive enough to keep my wife interested. Like $20 here, $5 here, £1. Literally, someone sent me £1 on PayPal, and I was just as grateful as to the next man. We talked about the parable of the beggar woman in the synagogue when this happened. But my point is, the person just wanted to get my attention, and £1 is what they got it with, and to say thank you for the show and what I've done for them in their world. Now that to me is invaluable, right? The £1 is irrelevant. I'm still grateful for it, right? I'll take it all day, but the person saying, you've made a big difference in my life, I wanted to say thank you for that. Like, that kind of level of emotional support is priceless. But what I need at the moment, I can't have. I need more time. There's not enough hours in the day. I'm waking up in the middle of the night to list stuff because I'm like, oh yeah, it's past midnight now. If I don't list this item from draft to public on eBay, I won't ever get it done. So I better do it now. So in the middle of the night, 3 a.m., I listed 2 items. And it's like, I have got no time to even sleep now. Like, literally, there isn't enough time in the day to sleep. Oh, someone, is that Choco again? It is. Sorry, Nathan, we will send more money. No, that's not what I was hinting at. I'm saying all the money in the world can't give me more time, right? That's the problem. I'm limited in time. And you can't buy that. That's the problem. And I'm smiling about it because, you know, you want your life to be eventful. And at the moment, this kind of pressure, if you don't laugh about it, you cry about it. So at the moment, even though I'm under a lot of pressure and I'm very time limited, life's still sweet, right? I still homeschool. I still get to see my 2 daughters, beautiful that they are growing up, and have an influence on their life, obviously alongside their mother. And the fact that I've got a wife to have alongside whilst we're writing the book is quite a special thing. So, yeah, I'm very time limited, but I'm also very blessed, yeah, as much as I'm up against it. And, you know, $100 super chats do make all the difference, so thank you very much indeed. Really appreciate it. What an eventful show. We're only 35 minutes in. There is videos that we could be covering. Should we do that?
Nathan, get his name right. It's Chuberticus.
Chuberticus.
There you go.
Chuberticus. I'm sure I'll get it right one of these days. Because I don't... He's
a good guy. He's always doing that. Even on your after shows that you put up, He's sending in those super chats. He's a good dude.
Right, where are these videos that are they in back office?
No, Liam put him in Master B, I thought he said.
Did he? Okay, let's have a little look. I don't see him. Okay. I think I've got one. How to find North. Is that the one that we were universally agreeing on was from a normie?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm down with covering this. Let's just get some stuff queued up on screen so you guys can see it in the Hangout as well. Do you like the fact that I've been doing that? Several more PayPals, not PayPals, Super Chats coming in. I will read out your Super Chats momentarily, guys. Thank you very much for the support. Cinema mode. There we go. How's that looking? See that?
Yeah, I got it.
Shout out to Godzilla37, who says, "Speak for yourself, Chuberticus." There we go, got it. And Len, thank you very much. Here's some money. Plus, there's a microphone advert in Discord text chat. A microphone advert? Cool. Jolly good. Thank you for the super chats. Really appreciate the support. Okay, let's do a shout out in earnest for this particular videographer before we do anything else. So this is Alfie Aesthetics. Hopefully I've said your channel name correctly. Please let Alfie Aesthetics know at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me with a polite comment that doesn't immediately get removed by the YouTube algorithmic bots or indeed by the videographer himself. I have put a link to this videographer's channel in the live stream chat. So if you are here now amongst the amongst the 85 people currently watching live, then please do pop along to Alfie's channel and let him know at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me with a polite comment that doesn't immediately get removed. The idea being that if he was to make a response video to us, he'd put a link to our video and hopefully, you know, sharing the YouTube algorithmic love that YouTube definitely do not like giving us. Okie dokie. Right, let's get on with it. Quick sound check. Can you hear this?
Bros and broesses, if you're wearing an analog wristwatch, then you can find an accurate north to south line just by using your watch in combination with the sun. To do this, hold your watch horizontal and point...
Hold it what now?
Horizontal.
Well, you're going to need a plane of reference to be horizontal with. All horizontals being parallel with the plane of the horizon.
Point the hour hand directly towards the sun. Now
okay.
All you need to do is bisect the angle between the hour hand and the 12-hour mark. Or in other words, run a straight line directly through the middle of the hour hand and the 12 o'clock mark. And this will be your north to south line. North will be the direction furthest away from the sun, because the sun is on the southern side of the sky. Easy peasy, right?
Cool. Very cool. Obviously, we'll need a flat Earth to do this. It's a two-dimensional directionality that he's ascribing in terms of his north-south directionality when comparing it with a clock and the sun to a compass using magnetism. But ultimately, we're achieving the same flat Earth directionality, are we not? If that wasn't a
Yes, I mean, he's not standing in the middle of a globe, is he?
No, he's using parallel surface level to achieve this flat two-dimensional directionality.
Then he can only be standing on Earth's surface.
Yeah, and utilising it flat. How joyous.
It's important to remember to point the hour hand directly at the sun and not the 12-hour mark or minute hand. As I'm guilty of making this mistake myself, I just want to emphasise that point. Also, this method only works in the Northern Hemisphere, and this also only works...
I mean, what now?
Oh dear.
Works if you have the correct time on your watch. Goes without saying, but if your wrist swag has stopped, then it won't be accurate at all.
I mean, that is, to be fair, something that you do have to point out, because somebody might think, well, you know, the last time I looked at my watch it was right, and I'll just assume it's working, and therefore this method will work. No. It needs to be the correct time.
But you can also apply this method to a digital wristwatch or any other object that tells time, like a cell phone, because you can recreate a clock face with sticks. Or if you're a lot brighter than me, you can do it just in your mind. After recreating the current time on a traditional clock face with some sticks, you can apply the method and gain the same accurate north to south line. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now let's talk about the tricky aspect to this method.
Okay. Tricky aspect. It all seems very simple to me.
Yeah, it seems easy, but there are certain times of the day where it can be confusing to work out. This confusion stems from attempting to use this method at 6 o'clock. As you point your hour hand towards the 6 p.m. sun and go to bisect the angle, it's a perfect horizontal line. There's no one side closer or further away from the sun. So how can we find north or south? It requires some prior knowledge of the sun's position or movement through the sky. At 6 p.m, generally the sun is beginning to set during the autumn and winter months, so you'll naturally be looking in a general westward position, and you'll also be looking in a general westward position for the spring and summer months. Just by knowing this, we can visualise a compass face and determine which way is north or south.
Yeah, it's very clever.
It's funny when you... Sorry, Nathan.
Okay.
Sorry, I've missed the beginning of this. Sorry, I had to jump away. But yeah, it's funny when all this navigation and finding your way around Earth, it all sort of requires a horizontal reference plane, doesn't it? You know what I mean? It's always showing you the horizontal. Even a sundial, you know, when you use a sundial, that requires a horizontal base to use the sun to get your time using angles on the surface of Earth, which you can use. It's just so obvious that it's using the ground as a horizontal reference frame.
As long as you remember that the sun generally rises in the east and sets in the west.
Hold on, I'm going to write this down. Rises. Got it.
Did he say generally?
Generally.
I think
it's just a
always...
turn of phrase. No, don't hold that against him. It's the way of linking the words together, not the meaning of the words together. It just does. It's not generally. But yes, it was funny that you should bring that up, Neil.
Then you'll be able to work out the fiddly times such as this. If you have any more questions or concerns about this method, then let me know and I'll give you an explanation. Have a nice day, bros.
Bros? Who's he calling bros? Cheeky sod. But thank you very much. That was absolutely brilliant, Alfie. I really enjoyed that thoroughly. Thank you so much. Please let Alfie Aesthetics know at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me with a polite comment that alludes to the fact that we have covered his video and worry to do a response. Not that we said much. I mean, that's why I like covering these normie videos. Would anybody disagree? There's not a lot to say because when you just measure Earth with this type of methodology, it just is flat. There's no getting away from it. Now, it's either toss the entire video out because, no, you must be some sort of flat earther. No, he's just somebody that wants to know which direction he's travelling. And Earth is flat when describing that. So that's us flat earthers here on Flat Earth Debate, directly align with normie society, to the point where your normie society member can go, yeah, I always knew Earth was flat. That's how I've always dealt with it. Because they have. And there aren't any exceptions. That's how Earth is dealt with. Flat. In all cases. So I'd much rather cover this, normie, talking about how a compass works and how you can acquire your directionality with a clock face and the right time. Brilliant. No disclaimers needed. Just Earth being flat and directions being flat and the two-dimensional parallel planes with the horizon that we can use on a flat ground to draw out flat numbers on a flat face of a flat clock. Wonderful. Earth's measured flat, though. We'll strap that on the end, obviously making the pervasive YouTube censorship kick in. Because it's not that we're just pointing out how flat Earth must be to use this method. We're then saying that's because Earth's flat at the end. Censor him to hell!
It's funny, Nathan. I think you left last week. We were having a chat about this, and one of the points was firstly about when we're watching anti-flat Earth videos like triangles and all that. sometimes we're saying like sometimes when we're reviewing them, we us, you, all of us, constantly jumping in every 2 seconds. You don't actually hear them talk for much length of a time before we're cutting him off with the word horizontal or some. You don't get to hear them. Now, we did say you might have some sort of time restriction where you have to pause and talk, but it can become not annoying, but you can't really get the point of what. We know they're talking nonsense anyway, but it's nice to hear a full sentence and then maybe we could go back over it and hear what they're saying in full. But yeah, you're correct. With these type of videos, it is good to, well, we're not stopping as much doing that because we're listening to just what they're saying and it is interesting. So yeah, just wanted to point that out.
Cool. And I'm not saying it for my health. Shout out to Sensual Goat as well. He says, Sticks and Shadows vid further up in Master B. Oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah, that's another one I want to check out. But yeah, we're just doing normies covering flat Earth.
Okay, cool. I'll spin on past this ad and we'll see if this, how the fourth dimension affects you. Is that what he's talking about? Is that what he's talking about?
Fourth dimension, where's that?
I think so. This is going to be interesting.
Is this the one I was less inclined to want to cover when we were talking about it in the pre-show? I think it is. Hey-ho. Okay, fine. Of course, he's buggered off, meaning that we're not going to abide by my you can cover it and react to it rule. He said this was a normie glober, but talking about normie glober stuff as opposed to an anti-flatty talking about globe stuff or talking about anti-flat stuff. That might not make any sense if you're not a regular audience member. My apologies, I'm not going to explain it.
Here is a tesseract, which is a 4-dimensional cube.
No, it isn't. There's only 3 dimensions there. What's he babbling about? 4th dimensions? Where's the 4th dimension? Sorry, I've immediately got to take issue with this. No. Having a cube within a cube, that's a 3-dimensional object that you've got in front of you, my friend. Now, it's rendered 2-dimensionally from a computer that's producing it 3-dimensionally in appearance, but it's still only 3-dimensional if it was in a physical incarnation. If you could physically hold that, it would still only be a 3-dimensional object. What's he babbling about?
It's not even there, is it? It's not actually there. You just explained that, I know, but that's what I was going to say. He's talking about something that's not there, that you can't see, really, in reality. So,
well, it's a computer generated, by computer generated, I mean, it's rendered in the 2D world as a 3D object. So it's on a screen 2-dimensionally, produced by a computer that's got 3D graphics processing software in it, like on a graphics card. I remember they used to call them 3DO or something similar because they were producing 3D graphics as opposed to Space Invaders 2-dimensionality. But he's just said it's 4th dimensional. No, wrong.
Except this is actually not a tesseract, but instead a representation of a tesseract in 3-dimensional space. And it looks a little bit confusing, but by the end of this video...
Nothing confusing about it. You've just contradicted yourself. You told us off the bat it's 4th dimensional, and then go, well, actually it isn't, it's 3-dimensional. What, like I accurately immediately recognised. Not complicated at all.
I promise you'll understand what this shape is, how 4D...
I understand what shape it is.
...space and 4D objects work.
Whoa. You haven't got a 4D object. You said it was 4D, then you disclaimed how 3-dimensionally it was being rendered. Like I'd already pointed out, because you were wrong. Now you're back to saying we've got a 4th dimensional rendering? No, you haven't.
How 4D space impacts...
There is no 4D space. Like, these conceptual mediums were invented by Einstein. There is no 4th dimension. Length, breadth, and depth. Time, the arrow of time, would be described and governed by laws of entropy. The arrow of time in that description, also conceptual, just a description of how things occur for us in what we call the space that we exist in. That's 3-dimensional by measured aspects. Not 4th.
Just to...
Go ahead.
Only pointing out, Nathan, this wasn't the one that he was talking about. There's one above this one about the Sticks and Shadows. He did post this one, but...
Well, I'm already annoyed with this one. It's just nonsense about pseudo-Riemannian geometry. So I'm quite content to actually go to a different video. It's above this one, you say?
I think it's above that one, yeah.
Fine.
Sup, bros? So you're out in the wilderness.
Sup? Sky sup.
But by dang it, you've lost your compass. What are you going to do? Well, I tell you, friends, the shadow stick method could save your ass.
If we're on a flat Earth, it will. And it looks like we are. Check it out.
You'll need one straight stick, about 5 feet long.
Straight, not bent. yeah, we're going to be laying it on the flat terrain. Gotcha.
Straight as possible. And 3 smaller sticks, about 1 foot long. Place your long stick securely into the ground in a wide open area that gets plenty of sun.
We're measuring angles? Like off a flat Earth and that? Yeah. Some of our compadres over on the anti-flat Earth side do this. With the sun and elevation angles. It's cool. You can do it thousands of times.
Yeah. Some Greek guy did it 2,000 years ago when he measured a flat.
Like this dude's going to do. There's. Why isn't it playing? It doesn't want to play. My computer's hung. Okay, then. No, my video doesn't want to play. My computer's not having a bar of it. We might have to cover this tomorrow because it's just not playing ball.
Yeah, because you did the other video a disservice by cutting it off.
This one?
Playing ball.
Impacts you all of the time and why you should care.
That one still works. This one doesn't. Let's get rid of the other one and see if that helps.
Yeah.
On my microphone videos. Alrighty then. This isn't at all irritating. We're getting a commercial, it seems.
So you're out in the wilderness, but by dang it, you've lost your compass. What are you going to do? Well, I tell you, friends, the shadow stick method could save your ass. Possible. And 3 smaller sticks. A stick at the tip of the shadow the long stick casts. Maneuver it so the shadow from the small stick is in line with the shadow cast by the larger stick. Never said stick so much in 30 seconds. The first small stick that we place in, we shall label as west.
Okay, cool. I already like this guy. Is it the same guy? It is, it's the same guy.
Yeah, sounds like him.
Okay, I mean, we've already directed people to this guy's videos, but I mean, why not have another link on me, my friend? Alfie Aesthetics, or whatever you were called. Hopefully my audience will pop along to this video also and let them, or you, know, at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me. And if you were to do a response, hopefully put a link in your video to mine.
Why do we label this first stick as west? I'll try and explain it with this high-end, high-quality animation. Now, it's
of a flat Earth.
terrible. I'm sorry in advance, but I did
Did you say have another link on me?
Yeah.
Classic.
do my best. As the sun moves east to west across the sky, the shadow it creates moves west to east.
On a flat plane, presenting an angle for you to measure. West and east both being flat Earth directionalities, two-dimensional in nature. There's a whole bunch of flat Earth prerequisites in this guy's video. I mean, we already kind of know that. Earth's measured flat in all instances, and this is no exception.
We label this first stick as west because we used it as the starting point to track the shadow's movement east. Simple,
I think this boy was a Boy Scout.
right? Anyway, now the fun part. After the first stick's in, you'll need to wait 10 to 15 minutes to allow the shadow to move a few inches. During the meantime, amuse yourself. Sharpen them sticks up, eat some blackberries. After 10-15 minutes are up,
Terrible edit, but still hilarious.
you'll notice that the shadow has moved significantly away from the starting point.
I wouldn't call that significant. I'd call that a couple of inches. Apparently it's moved.
Place another stick at the tip of the new shadow. Now all you need to do is repeat this process one more time. Wait 10 to 15 minutes, then whack the third stick in. You'll clearly see it's heading in a specific direction. This direction is east. Once you have 3 sticks in the ground, it's time for the grand finale. Grab a straight stick, as straight as possible, and lay it parallel to the 3 sticks.
Marvellous.
This stick creates your west to east line.
Very good. Love it.
Did he say west to east curve?
No, he said line, but I mean, in terms of just west and east full stop, they are directions only capable of description on a flat plane. They're two-dimensional. like directionality is flat Earth only, this is no exception.
And from that, we can determine north and south. Just to confirm it's legit, I'll lay my compass down and see if it's accurate. Boom, it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, pretty accurate, like compasses tend to be when they're measuring Earth flat. And only flat, they're two-dimensional. Marvellous.
North, south, east, west.
Flat.
Done. And that's how you find north using sticks and shadows. And
we agree. Marvellous.
Nifty little tricks to have under your belt. Peace, bros.
Eddie.
Very good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Well, maybe we'll cover the space-time one tomorrow, but perfectly honest, the bent pseudo-Riemannian geometry invented by a man named Einstein, having superseded the notion that masses attract one another, isn't something I'm really keen to cover. Why would I be? It's nonsense.
Nah, they were going to go into how time is a dimension.
It isn't.
Well, they say it is now.
Okay, I mean, a man named Einstein just arbitrarily said that it was when he invented a pseudo-geometry. But that's still a pseudo-geometry. The clue's in the title. It's a pseudo-geometry. Lovely stuff. Hopefully you'll let Alfie Aesthetics know at Nathan Oakley 1980 sent me. Leave him a polite comment that alludes to the fact that we have covered his video. Hopefully he'd do the same for me if he was to respond.
I don't know if...
Hold on. I had it right here. It's the exact quote that the guy says. He says, we can now it is widely accepted to consider time as the fourth dimension, as it fits the definition of being a measurable extent of some kind.
Yeah, it's a lot of bollocks. But there's another, I don't know if you'd cover another one. I had a short one on, I have watched a bit of it. It's showing you it's about solar azimuth. And
well, that sounds perfect.
Yeah.
We will cover it tomorrow. Shout out to Duncan McLeod, who says, sticks and shadows may break my bones, but flat earth measurements will never hurt me.
That's a good one.
Right. Oh, Duncan, that was brilliant. And then you said, you missed my super chat. Yeah, well, strictly speaking, at the point that you wrote that second super chat, you're right, I did. But I've made good and read it out, and it was hilarious. Totally worth it. Let me read that again. Let's see if I can scroll up, just tell me on screen, because that's brilliant. That's made my day right there. Sticks and shadows may break my bones, but flat earth measurements will never hurt me. That's so class.
If only that was true. If only that was true.
It's true for us. Not true for all of the audience, but certainly true for you and I, or, you know, the general panel and the majority of the Discord server. Right, well, it's been emotional. Anything anybody wants to add before I round out the live stream?
Nope, I'm fine.
Well, you got somebody in chat laughing at you. That it's, flat Earth proven with sticks and shadows.
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, there's nothing more to say. There's no disclaimers given by the normie when he measures Earth flat and describes two-dimensional flat Earth directionality. There's no disclaimers needed because you're just ipso facto dealing with Earth as a flat level plane. And that's how it is dealt with. Earth's measured flat. You know, you don't have to like that. I'm spitting them facts. With that, I'm going to say if you are watching this on either Nathan Oakley 1980 or Nathan Oakley Premiering streams, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, though, if you are watching this live, this is where we bid you farewell. So another massive thank you to all of you who liked, commented, shared, subscribed, hit me up on PayPal, Patreon, smash the super chat, all that good stuff. I've been Nathan Oakley. Another massive thank you to today's Discord and G+ panels. I'll see you all in the next video.